What's going on, everybody? Your boy Man Up here, back with my normal tag team partners. Go ahead and ring that bell, kind sir. All righty, y'all know what that bell means. It's time to get that popcorn ready. Sit back and enjoy the show. We got a good one for you today. This is something that we want to talk about for a while. We kind of led up to it on the YouTube channel, how we became wrestling fans. We're going to put a little bit more of a spin on that. Mr. Joey, can you go ahead and explain what today's topic is going to be?
Well, I think I gotta go back into the past to an origin story, because we're talking about how we got into belt collecting and why that's important, and why the name of our podcast is called Bells and Belts is because that is how we met each other in the first place online, was through the belt collecting hobby. So it is the origin of our podcast. We started this podcast by just going live in the Jagujan Belt Maker group on Facebook, and it morphed into what it is now. And so that's a subject that is near and dear to us, is the championship belt collecting hobby.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, what's your take on that, now, Mr. Cedric?
I just want to say thanks to that freaking group. I met an awesome guy in freaking Joey Gray, man. Joey is like my brother from another mother, man. It's like freaking amazing, and it's like me and Joey is just like right here, man. It's like, if I'm thinking one thing, he's thinking something along the same lines. It's freaking amazing. I freaking love the Bells and Belts podcast, sir. Oh yeah, and you know, it's Man Up.
Y'all see how he attacks me all the time. Nah, but as Joey was saying, it started off with me and Joey. We got to talking one day, and I forgot exactly how it went, but I know we went live one day in the Jagujan Belt group. Cedric joined us one day. We were talking about belts, and we were talking about TV accuracy belts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember this like it was yesterday. Cedric made a comment. He said, "It ain't nothing but leather, metal, and paint." I would never forget that. And I said, "Oh, what a way to put that." I said, "Come on in here, come talk with us." Because me and Joey was always saying we need somebody else to come in and talk with us, because we both felt like it was getting a little stale, just us two. So when Cedric came in, there you go. It was like magic. We all got something in common. We all love wrestling. We all love collecting belts. We all love having fun, enjoying what it's supposed to be. So with that being said, Mr. Joey, can you go ahead and tell us how you got started collecting belts?
Well, it wasn't that long ago. That's why I got such a small collection. But about right at the beginning of 2019, like I had no idea that this, especially the Pakistani belts community and all that, this belt collecting community, I had no idea this even existed. Not a bit. And I had, back when the Figs Inc. belts first came out, 99, 98, whatever it was, somewhere around that time frame when they first came out, I remember I had gotten me one of those WCW US replicas, and I got an ECW World Heavyweight replica, and I ended up getting a WCW TV title too. And then I just got rid of them all because those Figs Inc. belts were notoriously bad for getting scratched up. The faux leather straps fell apart on you, but pretty much over time they just started looking like crap. So, they didn't last long with me, and then that was it. I never bought any more belts for years and years until I saw a professional wrestler that I know pretty well had posted on that he had. That's a lie. First, I heard about Muhammad Nawaz. That was the first maker I had heard about somehow. And I talked to him, and just in me and my personal opinion, other people have had great relationships with him. Something just didn't. For some reason, I didn't pull the trigger on ordering a belt, and I don't know why, but I didn't feel comfortable ordering a belt from him at that time. And then it was like a month later, that wrestler I knew had posted a picture that he had gotten an NWA Georgia national title belt, the one with the red, white, and blue strap with the old kind of brass plates on it. And Yeah.
Yeah. I think I went back there.
But but when I saw it, I was like, oh, where do you get that belt at? And he's going to show it. That's cool.
Oh, okay. I wonder what he was doing.
That's it right there. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Hey, bring that up to the screen, Cedric.
And that's how, that's how it started. He had gotten it from Jagu, and at that point I had met Jagu and became a friend with him on his personal page. Yeah, that's a beauty. I love that belt. One day I will have it, but like right now I do not. But anyway, it's beautiful. And so I was blown away seeing that, and I was like, dang. And he was like, dude, like this belt is really cool, and Jagu's a good dude. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And like I said, I added him as a friend, and then and that was it. Not too long after that, maybe a month, less than that even, I ordered first couple belts from him, and now I just ordered 2 more from him. Actually, yesterday. Recently.
Nice.
Anyway,
nice.
Little inside joke here, y'all. That's all.
No, good.
Alrighty. Me personally, I started collecting belts. I want to say it was like Joey only a few years ago. It wasn't that long, but I got a great collection in a short period of time. I will admit, I went crazy because I'm a huge wrestling fan. I have been. I told y'all before since I was like 8, 9 years old, whatever, and never had a wrestling belt. I always wanted one. Of course, when you're a kid, you got the cardboard, you'll draw you up something, you wrestle with your friends in the backyard or whatever. You the champ, all that good stuff. We all probably done that. But when I got my very first belt, it was a toy version of the John Cena spinner. I don't know why I'm saying John Cena spinner, but the WWE spinner. Anyway, and
it's associated with John Cena. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I don't see it as a John Cena belt, but okay.
Well, actually, you can't see it anyway. But
oh! Dun, 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 dun.
I'm sorry, I had to. He that was he served it up.
He told me that time. I got it. But he did knock it out the park. I give him that. But
just saying,
he did. But what I'm gonna say. But my first belt was a toy version of John Cena spinner, and I got that when I went to my very first live event back in late 2009. It was like November-ish or something like that of 2009. And I think I gave that belt to one of my nephews, and I said I'm gonna get me another belt real soon. Never did. I want to say like right before the pandemic, it was like mid-summer 2019, I ordered a belt off of eBay.
His name is John Cena. And his name is John Cena.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
Oh my God.
And his name is John Cena.
Oh shit.
Now I gotta figure out how to cut it off.
Yeah, you got to cut it short of the time limit before it becomes,
Before they say something.
Yeah.
We do not own the copyrights to that song.
No, we don't.
I don't even know what song it is.
Oh no! It's this. I'll tell y'all offline. It's funny though.
All right, but when I got that toy spinner belt, I gave it to one of my nephews, and I said I was gonna get another belt soon, and I never did. I ended up going on eBay getting the blue block logo, Big Eagle. It was brass. It was like maybe 1.5 millimeter thick. It wasn't nothing special, but I loved it because it reminds me of back in the day of professional wrestling. And to me, that's what the belt collector is supposed to do. It's supposed to remind you of certain time frame, your childhood, things like that. We all might think of things a little bit different, but but like Joey said, in 2009, 19, excuse me, I ended up collecting a lot of belts. I went on eBay this time and I bought a fight night belt, Intercontinental oval shape belt.
I just want to. No offense, though. I just want to say that is like the ugliest belt in history. I swear that belt is that.
I actually don't hate it.
I'm sorry.
I think it looks better than the current one. I'm just saying. That's me.
I do too. The current one sucks.
Oh no! What?
Yes, the current one sucks.
What?
Yes.
No, that oval is trash, my dude. Sorry.
I'll tell you something later about it, but I don't want to take up time in the show. It wasn't even intended to be a WWF belt. Supposed to be the new NWA World Title.
Wow.
Think about the shape of it and everything, and tell me it doesn't make sense in a way.
Wow. Okay. Ooh-wee. But yeah,
no.
And that's what the NWA said. No.
Yeah. Go and give it to WWE. Go and give WWE.
Yeah, but ever since then, but one of my videos that I uploaded with the Big Eagle, the one that was trash, someone had left me a comment and told me to contact Jagu. And when I did, I just went crazy collecting belts. And this hobby is amazing. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I don't think I will ever stop collecting, but I'll just slow down on getting them. Because when I first started getting them, I had ideas and I was going crazy with my ideas, having Jagu to make them for me, blah, 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 all that good stuff. All right, Cedric, what you got there, kind sir?
All right. Like everybody else, I was fascinated with belts. Been a wrestling fan for over 35 years. I've always loved looking at the different belts of different promotions and whatnot, paying a little attention to details and whatnot. I started noticing little things in regards to belts. For instance, I'm sure you guys know, but if you go back to the main event, February of 1988, when Hulk versus Andre, if you notice it in the match in the interview before he went to the ring, Hulk Hogan had the Hogan 86 belt on. When he came through the curtain, he had the Wing Eagle on.
Yep.
Little things like that. I just freaking picked up like, wait a minute. It's like a minute, like not 5 seconds ago you had on a different championship belt, but now you're coming out to this. Oh, okay. But then they try to play it off like it was a new title at WrestleMania 4. But I was like, no, Hogan wore it. What's his name? Andre held it. When Andre won the championship, he held it up. DiBiase had it around his waist. What are you talking about? So yeah, I noticed little things like that. So mind you, I was like 10 years old when that happened. So but fast forward, like, and then I saw the big gold belt Ric Flair had. I was like, oh wow, that belt is huge. I want one of those. That's so freaking amazing. I want one of those. Like Joey said, figures came out with those replica WCW belts and all the different belts and whatnot. My ex-wife got me for Christmas the WCW Cruiserweight title. That was my first belt. So I was like, this is pretty cool. I don't want to have that belt just for that reason, but that's a whole nother story, a whole nother podcast. But that was my first freaking belt. I was overseas. I was deployed. I was in Africa. I went to eBay. Folks were selling replicas, so I bought a whole bunch of freaking replicas and had them shipped to freaking Africa. So I on my desk I had like a I had I had a big ego. I had the undisputed title. I had I don't think I had the cruiserweight title with me in Africa. I don't think. I had that. I had the undisputed. I had the Did I have a tag? I think yeah. I had a tag team title. So I had all those belts, and once I left there, I think I Ooh, it's long freaking history. I left there. All those belts came in with me when I fast forward to about 2011. I was in a belt group, and I came across a maker who makes belts in America. JP Belts was the maker. I reached out to him in regards to getting a belt made. Hold on a second. I reached out to him about getting a belt made. This was around the time that I was stationed in Belgium. Little known fact. I am a trained professional wrestler, and I wrestled over in Germany. I was doing a gimmick as I was the United States Cruiserweight Champion. I had modified that WCW Cruiserweight belt that I had. Then I had a whole freaking belt ceremony for the new Cruiserweight title belt, and this is it. This is the first belt that I ever had made by a maker. So so it got kind of a sentimental thing to it, and from there, whenever the maker had a belt when he had extra on, it was in my way. I eventually got a Vegas Big Gold from him. I got another custom belt from him. So I started collecting all these belts, all these belts off of him. When I started doing that, I sold off all my replica belts. I'm like, why have a replica when I have full metal, full leather, all this good stuff. So that all happened. I was in some. From there, that relationship with that maker fell off. He eventually got out of the business. Then I was in some wrestling groups. One of the groups I was in was Wrestling Belt Collectors. And they have whereas you can buy belts on Fridays and the Friday sales whatnot. So I bought a couple belts from some collectors. That's how I built up a lot of my collection buying that way. During that time, I was introduced to a lot of the overseas makers and whatnot. But I was skeptical about purchasing from overseas maker. So that's when I had a middleman to assist me. Shout out to Dustin King on that one. I got my first Pakistani belt from Mateen Ahmed, and that was pretty cool. I was like, okay, so it is freaking possible. So and from there, I've just been doing my due diligence. Putting feelers out there. If I see someone has good experience with a maker, why not? I'll reach out to them, ask them about it, and go from there. I've dealt with like 7 different makers outside of the country, all based off of the relationships I built with other collectors in the hobby. So that's the biggest thing. Doing your due diligence on the maker yourself, while also relying on those who have done with them previously as well. And
to kind of piggyback on that, that's exactly why a lot of the groups on Facebook exist at this point, because like you said, it's a lot on word of mouth, and when you're getting there's several routes to go in belt collecting. Like if you're watching this now and you don't own a championship belt and you're curious and you're like, well, how do I get into it? There's kind of several routes of that. There's Big's Toy Company. I don't even know if they're still around, but as recent as they were producing like Ring of Honor replica belts and stuff. And then of course you got WWE Shop, who puts out a lot of belts, and then you got what we affectionately call the bootleg, where we're talking about Pakistani makers, and like Cedric was kind of talking about, once you get into that, there are levels to this game, and there are there's a whole world about it, and it seems at times unlimited with how many makers there are. There's makers that are selling on eBay. There were makers that were selling on Amazon, and with varying degrees of quality and accuracy. And that's another subject as far as accuracy.
Are we really going to go there?
We are.
All right. It's ridiculous. TV accuracy. But
we haven't covered yet on the podcast, so let's go ahead and do it. With that being said, we all are living our childhood dreams of being able to hold an authentic championship belt. Then there comes as it's a replica of the championship belt. Then you go into the aspect of, but is it as accurate as it is on TV? Let's go ahead and get it out there.
No, it is not going to be accurate. I don't care what kind of maker you go to, unless you go to the actual maker who makes it for these wrestling companies. No,
I'm gonna smack him. It's just stealing my thunder. I was getting there, sir. I was building up to it.
Man, just shut it down from the beginning. It really is the first thing on everybody's mind.
Hey,
when we get into it.
Hey, don't heal me, bro. Don't heal me.
Hey, you are ready to heal. You are ready to heal. He got nothing to say. Look at it.
I'm trying to be an educator here. You trying to be a heel. On the low end, for about $250, if you have a belt that you want to get made, you can definitely get it made.
That's not the low end. The low end is.
I'm being conservative, sir.
The low end.
There are means where, yes, you can get it lower. On average, for $250, you can get a championship belt made.
Yeah.
With that being said, WWE at a minimum spends $10,000 to get a belt made on a low end. That's the low end, and they'll make us take their time, and they will make that belt. Do not have $10,000 dreams on a $200 budget.
Yeah,
that's about as easy as I can freaking put it. You're paying $250 for something that legitimately costs at minimum $10,000.
Right.
Live your dream. Live your best life. If you want as close, if you want that close, hey, WWE Shop might be your option to get a replica that's gonna be close to it. I think they even sell a deluxe version for like $800, $900. Guess what? It's still not going to be as accurate as it is from that belt being handcrafted by a belt maker. It is not going to be.
Yeah.
So curb your expectations accordingly if you're gonna do that, because unless you're paying what a company pays for a belt, you are not going to get TV accurate.
Right. Yeah, it's 100% true.
Let me say this here real quick. We all know the story. Stone Cold Steve Austin said this before, and I'm pretty sure y'all heard it before. That $1 million belt, of course, it didn't cost $1 million. It actually cost $40,000 to make that belt.
In the 80s.
Yeah, that's in the 80s. Like Joey just said.
$100,000 now. Yeah,
probably more than that.
Because it's loaded with actual like cubic zirconias that still, when you count hundreds of cubic zirconias, still
Stone Cold said that belt only had a grand total of 4 real diamonds in it. 4. So if that belt costs $40,000, why do you think you're gonna get something TV accurate from the WWE shop? I'm gonna go to the WWE shop for like $400. Please make that make sense. You are not going to get TV accurate. Yeah. Like I said, like Cedric just said himself too. Unless you go to Reggie Parks, unless you go to Dave Milligan, J Mar, all these people. I know Reggie Parks has passed, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Unless you go to these particular people, you might as well throw that dream out the window. Now, are you going to get something close? Maybe. It all depends on who you go to. Maybe. But you're not getting TV accuracy. See, we keep having this discussion because we constantly see people with this, and we're like, there is no such thing.
Yeah. There's only one Pakistani maker that is close to the level of an American belt maker, and that is Classic Shields, which you will still drop thousands, 10 times, 12 times what you pay for one of these kind of general Pakistani belts. But talking about the low end, you can go on eBay and you can find something. Hey, $137.99 shipped from Pakistan to my door. But understand, the pictures they show you may not reflect the actual product. The leather might be made from an animal that you are not familiar with. Other thing else, I've seen it where the snaps pop apart on the first snap test, like snap them together. Because I do that. When I get a belt, I snap it together. I unsnap it. I just do that. Something I do. So, but when some of the snaps come out of the leather and into the other snap, you got a problem from the first minute you open that belt up.
Huh.
Yeah, and that's the thing that really got me into it, because I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. Now, after I got rid of my toy version of the spinner, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I would see people, unboxing their belts and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Now, before I got the collection that I have now, I forget the person's name, and I don't want to mention him, even if I did remember. I'm not going to mention him. But that person said, this is nowhere near what I've seen on TV. This is nowhere near what The Rock and Stone Cold and all them was holding. I'm thinking in my head, how much did you spend for that belt, first of all? And then, who made the belt? Put 2 and 2 together. You're not going to get it. So let me put it like this here. That's what really got my mind going, to get my own custom stuff. Because I see these people complaining so much about their belt. We've seen all of the big eagles, all of the spinners, all of the big golds. No knock to none of those belts. No knock to people who have those belts and love them. Not knocking that at all.
Yeah.
But when people started complaining, I started thinking to myself, I want my own ideas on a belt, my own thoughts. But what I see, what in my head, what I might envision for a belt, this is what I want. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many people trashing the belt that they go and buy, spend their hard-earned money on from the WWE shops. I can't believe they're giving us these belts and we have to do this. I'm thinking in my head, y'all don't have to do anything. You chose to do it.
Right.
Nobody paid you. Nobody put a gun in your head and said, you better do this, you better do that. You decided to do that.
Yeah. Some people think, some people are never satisfied with even good, what we consider good or decent quality Pakistani leather. So for them, they may order the plates or they may order the whole belt and send it to, they may look at it for a few months, sit in their display case and be like, I want American leather. And there's people that, very familiar with that do that. And if you want to go ahead and spend that money, they'll be glad to re-leather that for you.
Yeah.
But it's going to cost you.
Exactly. But the thing about it is, if you are a belt enthusiast, you always want to have your own belt, but not necessarily have what you see on TV, but you want to design your own. That's what the beauty of the belt hobby is.
Yeah,
you can find a maker to make something. If you have a vision in your head, it can come to life. Man up, show them what I'm talking about. Show them. I'll defer to you. Show off one of those belts that you had a vision. And
all right, I'm gonna show one that Joey told me he liked it several times. Give me a second here. Let me go get it.
Okay. So
all right, this is the belt that Joey told me he liked. It is my version of the.
Oh yeah.
But it's my favorite sports team. So I get out that light glare.
Mm-hmm.
And this was what I wanted, and I had Jaguar to make this belt for me. This is what I wanted. I mean, this is not my first custom belt,
right?
But hold on, let me hold that again. I'm trying to get it out the light glare for y'all.
Yeah,
but I think it's cool because you managed to merge like sport teams that you like with kind of the belt hobby, you know, and therefore kind of brushing it up against the pro wrestling world.
Exactly, because for everybody knows that's the design for the WWE's 24/7 title. Using that as a base, but you customized it to how you wanted it, right?
Yep. Oh, I wanted it. I sent the graphics to Jagu. I'm doing a snap test. I never did a snap test on this thing. Sorry about that. No, I never, because I don't put my belts on. Bam, there you go. Nothing. Anyway, I'm sorry I had to do that since Joey brought that up. But
you got a snap test.
Like Cedric said, that's the beauty of this. There's so many options out there. Joey just said it earlier. There's so many levels to this.
It is.
You can get something that's well known. I mean, I have belts that's well known. You have belts. Joey do. Everybody do.
Exactly.
So you throw that belt right there.
There's a lot of customizations you can do. This is 100% not TV accurate. Not even close. But
not
the maker
Joy, is it at least 50% of TV accurate?
Probably not.
Okay. Okay. I just want to know.
I don't know, and I don't care because for me, I have realistic expectations in this hobby. So, and that's what it comes down to. But I saw this crazy metallic blue croc backing, and I decided I wanted to put that on the back of my WCW tag team belt. And I really don't care who else likes it because I do.
Yeah. Look very, very nice. Exactly. All right. So
show yours, Cedric.
All right. So I also got a customization. So I used the UWF Heavyweight Championship as a background for this belt that I have in my hand. So what again, living my childhood dream. My buddies and I used to wrestle back in the day. We had a company. We called it DBWL. I wanted a DBWL Heavyweight Championship to commemorate that time. I've had this freaking customized, and off of that. So I got the initials. I got the skyline of the city of Detroit. I got the heavyweight title on here. I got freaking side plates on here. The shape of the state of Michigan right there. If I could get that, yep, right there. I got the spirit of Detroit right here as well. We were fans of the Sandman, so I got a picture of the Sandman right there. We all went to WrestleMania 24. We saw Ric Flair retire for the first time. Shawn Michaels kicking Ric Flair right there, and we got a plate on it. On freaking blue leather, snakeskin backing.
Cool.
The sky's the limit. The sky is the limit, guys. In regards to what you can get, you can get done.
I will say this though, be reasonable about it too. It all depends. Sometimes it depends when you catch these makers, because sometimes they do have supply issues. So understand, you might go into it thinking, well, when I get my big goal made, I'm getting red croc backing on it like they did on WWE. But understand that is subject to what these makers have available. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't, and you can get lucky, or they may say, hey, I've got it ordered, but it's going to be another month or something. So understand, if you're in a hurry to get it, you may not get exactly what you want. So because it's in Pakistan, just like how we have supply issues here, Europe has supply issues everywhere. They have their fair share too, and some things are not available in their country. And if they have to order it from another country, it could take time. So that's one thing to think about it too. The sky is the limit, but be understanding that sometimes they're not going to have maybe what you envision. Maybe you either have to wait, or you have to kind of think of something else dealing with what they got.
Exactly. So
another idea y'all can do, just in case you saw something that you wanted. Now I'm gonna go for example. I'm gonna show y'all this one here up close.
Okay.
Just in case you saw something you wanted on a video game like I saw. This came from, I believe, I forgot what game it was, but I think it was 2K10 or 12 or whatever. So don't quote me on which exact one. I forgot which one. But anyway, it's this one right here. My Champion of Champions belt.
Okay.
You see this? You have options. You have options. You can get them made, whatever. All you got to do is just keep your mind open to knowing that, like Joey just said, it's coming from another country. You're not spending a whole lot of money, so don't think you're gonna get a $1 million car. Like what's that car called? I can't think of the top of my head, but y'all know what I'm thinking. A Bugatti. There we go. You're not going to get Bugatti thinking you're going to pay Ford prices.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
You're going to get a Ford with Bugatti decals.
Yeah.
and if you can deal with that, cool. You know, like if you like that, that's fine. I was going to show an example real quick because we did talk about the WWE shop belts. There's a lot of differences. And so I have my WCW World Championship belt that I got from the WWE shop. And I wanted to show you, like, there's differences. And you can kind of see when you look at zinc plates that are acid etched, the kind of texture to it. And then this looks a whole lot different. When you see belts like this, belts like Fandu, they're different. These plates are usually, say, zinc alloy. And I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. Do you guys know what zinc alloy is? It's brass.
Okay.
So that's brass is zinc alloy. That's what they call it. So these plates are, like on this particular belt, are like 5 millimeters thick. So they are thick and everything. But for instance, there's differences. A lot of makers, Pakistani makers especially, use paint. WWE shop does not use paint. This is not paint in here. This is like a plastic gel insert here that goes in these spots. It's not actually paint. And then there's different things. Obviously, this is not real leather. And this particular belt, you know, they tried to emulate what backing on an actual belt is, but it's still not the same. So, you know, it's all up to you. If you think this looks good, then buy it. But understand that it's not, you know, it may be more accurate in a certain way, but less accurate in some ways. You know, it's not going to feel and look like a real, you know, ring used championship belt. It's just not.
So,
but if you like it, good to go.
Exactly, and that's the thing about it. It's whatever you like and what you can afford, what you're willing to pay. That's basically what it comes down to. I mean, so
understand too. One thing we didn't mention was if you send a picture of a championship belt, especially if that belt maker has never made that belt, understand they are making your belt from a picture. So the pictures you send them is what they're going off of. So if you get it in and the shade of a color you saw was not quite what you thought you were getting, understand to look back at that picture and realize that's what your maker saw in that picture. So they tried to emulate that.
I can admit too, like the belt I just showed y'all. This is a little bit smaller belt. My champion belt I just showed.
Yeah,
but
you're just guessing the size.
I did not tell Jagu the exact size that I wanted, so that's on me. I gotta understand that, you know. But the last couple of belts that I got from him, I told him exactly how I wanted it, and he produced it exactly how I wanted it. Yeah. So what the thing is that we're saying is this is a great hobby, a wonderful hobby. There are so many levels. People probably only want the toy belts for whatever reason, probably all they can afford. Some people want the mini belts. You know, I've seen a lot of people with mini belts. I've seen some people spend $1,000 from the WWE shop and get the TV authentic belt, which some people still complain that it's not authentic.
I'm seeing them doing all these commemorative belts or these tribute belts like they have like the ones for John Cena, for Macho Man, for Brothers of Destruction. There's a lot of them out there. Hey,
you got options. That's all we're saying. Yeah. And then what we're saying is when you get these belts, like we just said, do not think that you finna get, like Joey said, Cedric said, do not think that we are going to that you're going to get a belt that from Jamar from Dave Milliken for only $200-300.
Yeah. The sooner you accept that, the more fun you're going to have.
Exactly.
In these groups on Facebook, you'll see there is an endless quest for some people to find that maker who's making them, you know, to what in their mind is so close to TV accurate. But it's in their mind.
Now, I don't have no TV accurate.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, yes, I make TV accurate. Okay. Sure. Sure. Outstanding. Wonderful. Still don't believe.
I'm willing to bet you if you take your best TV accurate belt up to one of these wrestlers who actually held that belt, I'm willing to bet you they'll say, "Oh, it's close. It look nice, but it's not TV accurate." They'll say the place is not.
Either that, or they just won't even care about it, and they're
exactly.
They'll just be like, "Cool, you got a belt."
Oh, nice belt. Nice belt.
It might look nice. It might be close, but they'll say, "Oh, it ain't tall enough. It ain't thick enough. It ain't long enough. It ain't wide enough." All that stuff.
Probably don't remember.
a lot of them know that. That's nice. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. But you know, hey, live your dreams, guys. Live your wildest freaking dreams. I wanted a custom world heavyweight title. You know, I've seen there's the big goals out there. There's the Wing Eagles. There's the Big Eagles. There's the AWA Big Inmate title. But I want to design my own custom world heavyweight title. And you know what I was able to do? I was able to get my own custom world heavyweight title. This is like one of my pride and freaking joys right here. I can tell them. I was able to tell the maker exactly what I want on there. I want like the little pillars right here. I want freaking jewels on there. I want the world on there. Give me some freaking ribbons. I want the countries on there. You know, definitely want the countries on there. This belt has over 120 jewels on it. Yeah. Why? Because that's what I wanted it. So exactly. So it's all up to your imagination, your instructions, guys. Have fun with it.
Well, I think we're getting close to this time limit here.
Yeah. But we can keep going with this because we all have fun memories of professional wrestling. We love it. We collect the belts. Oh, see, now y'all got belts. I got to put mine on now.
Well, we're closing it up, so we
exactly
showing some belts.
And you'll have something amazing. Don't get me wrong. You will. But we just want y'all to understand, have real expectation, have fun with this. Don't take the fun out of the hobby, because that's what we see a lot of people doing.
But if you have questions and you are looking to get in the hobby, there's a great place to start. It's called the Bells and Belts group on Facebook.
Yes.
Where we have belt collectors and belt makers as members. And if you have questions, you're welcome to just message us, make comments, whatever it takes, and we will help guide you to the best of our ability into this hobby and going forward.
Exactly.
All
and
right.
while you're watching this video on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and hit that subscribe so you know when we're going to drop that next video, right, man up?
Oh, yeah. So when y'all hit that like button and that subscribe button and all that and leave your comments and suggestions or whatever, make sure you tap on all notifications. So that way, anytime we do anything, you will be notified. You will see what it is we're talking about. And we hope y'all sit back and eat your popcorn and enjoy the show. That being said, he just rang that bell. Y'all stay safe out there.